With another, yeah, usually I do these in the morning. But now, yeah, I try to do two a day, but it's like too heavy with this. Yeah, that seems perfect, man. Um, yeah, let's check out what film news you have today. Obviously the biggest one would be this thing. The biggest news would be that Denzel is back. Okay, Denzel never really left. Denzel in Gladiator, I think. But yeah, he's in this thing. He's in apparently Ryan Coogler has written, a part for Denzel in the next Black Panther script. Um, Not many people know what role he's gonna play even, but yeah. Uh, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that, people. This thing. What's Gladiator 2? Yeah, man. Usually, these days I don't really care for this Rotten Tomatoes scores. I like to watch the film itself and then I make my own opinion of it. Because sometimes these scores, man, um, they don't really correlate with what I'm feeling. So yeah, I guess it's also an individual taste kind of thing. Um, anyway, man, let's check out the film news. Gladiator 2, what does it say? It says the Rotten Tomato scores reveals if Ridley Scott's sequel really lives up to the hype. And it says Gladiator 2 might be one of the most hyped movies of the year. 25 years in the making, fans are desperate to return to the Colosseum, this time with an older Lucius Paul Mescal, as he does battle against the malicious emperors. During the press tour, some critics shared early reactions praising the new movie, some even calling it as good, if not better, than the original, which is cap. Stop the cap. Can be different, but definitely won't be better. Anyway, even Paul Mescal's performance and Denzel Washington's seal of approval. But the reviews have finally been released online, and it's time we find out if we'll be entertaining or Gladiator be a thumbs down. You know, yeah, man, let's check it out. Gladiator 2 currently sits at 84% on Rotten Tomatoes with 44 reviews, and submitted to the aggregate site. Almost every positive review from it that Gladiator delivers on the action. Okay, almost every positive review promises that Gladiator 2 delivers on the action and features incredible performances from the entire cast. Uh, Movie Web's own Movie Web's own Julian Roman scored the film a 4 out of 5, saying, "Ridley Scott returns to bloody greatness with an ass-kicking swords and sandal sequels that will surely slay the winter box office." In his review, Roman hailed the film as Oscar-worthy, continuing. Um, what did he say? Gladiator 2 recaptures the thrilling epic violence, Machiavellian ruthlessness, and superb lead performances that made the original a Best Picture winner. Graham Goodman of Screen wanted similarly kind things to say about the film. However, they note that the legacy sequel has a large shadow looming over it from the timelessness of the original Gladiator. Gladiator 2 is one of 2024's best blockbusters, but at times it falters under the pressure of the standard set by its predecessor. Obviously, it won't be the same as the one before because that one had more like of a philosophical film, and even though this one does have a kind of philosophical thing going on, it's more, action based, and even though there's action in the first one, it was more faith based, and like it's very much an inner struggle against an outer world. And here, well, I don't know much about this movie, but clearly all the hype has been around the action and the set pieces that have been going on. Boyd Hilton of Empire magazine also noted the expectations of the original, but said that Gladiator 2 managed to transform itself from an unoriginal idea into a very entertaining movie. And yeah, man, what can we say about that? It was it was basically how all of these sequels get made these days, or reboots, you know, but mostly like sequels, like a bad idea or someone just came up with an idea. What if we just do something like this? And yeah, it usually doesn't work out, but because Ridley Scott is a very, is one of the greatest filmmakers of all time, obviously he would actually make it work out. And the review further says, what could have been a ponderous, predictable sequel to a much-loved Oscar winner instead turns out to be a fun romp. It's hard to separate the new movie from the beloved Gladiator, but Clarice, oh man, Laurie of The Independent says you should, as Gladiator 2 works best without any expectations hailing from the original. Is someone outside? Let me check. Anyway, where were we? It's hard to separate the new movie from the beloved Gladiator, but oh yeah. Anyway, Gladiator 2 works best without any expectations hailing from the original. Yeah, man. It's Look at Gladiator 2 and how this thing was made, like how Troy or any of the other films was made, man. Just look at it as a sword and sandal kind of movie. Good action, good acting, okay storyline, but just focus on the action and the entertainment, man, and the good one-liners and the scheming and plotting, because this is gonna be a lot of scheming and plotting in these type of movies, man. At times, this is like the you know we'll get into that review. At times, Gladiator 2 is pure camp. To insist that it shouldn't be is to hold on too tightly to the dour expectations of the 21st century blockbuster. It has a modern outlook but provides a throwback too to the genre's florid history. So yes, Sword and Sandal movie, like I said. Um, Unfortunately, Gladiator 2 didn't score the perfect 100% score fans were hoping for. This partly comes from critics who struggled with the need for a sequel 24 years after such a groundbreaking movie was released. Alison Wilmore of Archer put it best, saying the thrill of the action sequences just underscores the hollowness of the rest of the enterprise. Sure, not all of us, spend a lot of time thinking about the Roman Empire, but those who do deserve better than this. And yeah, man, as I said, you cannot ever compare, a movie of that time to what this one would probably trying to achieve, because that one I can't even remember if it was a true story, but what it did, man, it was very spiritual. It was very, you know a lot of people felt it deep within this. It's something you feel deep within your soul, that this movie was so good, man, in terms of how this guy's not just fighting for himself, he's fighting for his people, fighting for his family, fighting for the children he lost. And yeah, man, the wife he lost, all of that, man. So this it and how he was betrayed by his own country. This film could never try and achieve that, man. So it might as well just give us pure entertainment, man. So yeah. The Times called Gladiator 2 Scott's most disappointing legacy sequel since the pan Prometheus. Um, I don't really think Prometheus was panned. Prometheus is actually, a lot of people, including me, like Prometheus when it came out. And in retrospect, Prometheus is getting a lot better reviews because it tried to do something so different to the five previous sequels that came out in the Alien franchise. So yeah, it tried to be different. It dared to be different. So I think people were just expecting the same. People were basically expecting Alien Romulus from that, and yeah, that's not what they got, man. Because Alien Romulus is basically just about the member berries. Remember how? Remember. Ugh. Anyway, man. Okay. Yeah, how many minutes? Maybe 10 minutes. And oh yeah, the Denzel news of the day. Denzel is also in the Gladiator 2, which a lot of people are against, but he's a great actor, man. Even though they feel a black person shouldn't be in Roman Empire times, but hey, man. Anyway, let's get to this article. Uh, Denzel Washington's Black Panther 3 will be one of his last movies before he retires. Chadwick Boseman once declared there's no Black Panther without Denzel. Okay, I don't know about that. Denzel Washington revealed in August that there are very few films left for him to make at this stage in his career, in his Oscar-winning career. But now he's revealing that Black Panther 3 is one of them. Speaking to Australia's Today while on the press tour for Gladiator 2, which I just spoken about, Washington said that director Ryan Coogler is writing a role um, for him in the third Black Panther film. It will be one of Washington's final movies along with the new Steve McQueen project and the film adaptation of Shakespeare's Othello. And yeah, man. For me, it's about the filmmakers, especially at this point in my career. I'm only interested in working with the best, and I don't know how many more films I'm going to make. But it's probably not that many. I don't want to do things I haven't. I just want to do things I haven't done. And yeah, I'm okay. There's a long article. I'm not gonna go through it. But anyway, man. I see that yesterday it was quite a thing. It was like a Twitter storm. It was a trending topic, and I feel like it is a very important trending topic that they feel that Black Panther should be recast, and I totally agree with that, man. They have to find a way to put the character back in there because Superman died in real life. Christopher Reeve fell off a horse and he lost the ability to move. But how many more Superman have we had? The first Black Panther, okay, it was tragic what happened to him, but his legacy will live on through other people. So let other people carry the mantle of that Black Panther, even though this Black Panther has fallen. And yeah, man, it's quite poignant that they talk about Chadwick Boseman in this article, where they basically, even though there's a movie in this thing, even though there's a movie in this thing, even though there's a second film without a Black Panther in it, it it kind of fell flat because of that. Because expecting Black Panther and there was no Black Panther. Shuri doesn't really, you know, Shuri doesn't fill the void left by what Chadwick did. And I also feel that they could have just literally had a Tandokani or someone else just be because Tandokani was the previous Black Panther. He played T'Chaka in that film. So T'Challa's father, a younger version of John Kani. So I don't know, man. They could have done so many things. But yeah, instead they let us pay for his funeral. They showed a funeral in the movie and let us pay for it. But anyway, I just hope it gets crossed, and yeah, he gets recast, and I hope that they do it because Black Panther is an essential character in the Marvel universe. He's an essential character in the Avengers, and yeah, if you watched the Infinity Wars films, he was an essential character to that, and yeah, man, they need to bring him back, and yeah, man, I don't really think that like I'm going to go through any more news. But you know, okay, they have the Street Trash movie, which coming out. Ryan Coogler, obviously, is he Dutch, but obviously he made his career in South Africa. Um, I know Street Trash is like an American film, and he's been given the rights to that. Street Trash activation brings meltdown to iconic horror film locations. Oh, it was shot in Los Angeles. A very disgusting and Cineverse will release the horror film Street Trash, a brand new spiritual sequel to the 1980s cult horror classic, on digital outlets beginning November 19th. As part of the marketing campaign for Street Trash, we're taken to the streets of Los Angeles to recreate the iconic melting bodies scenes in multiple iconic horror filming locations. Our flying discovery is made across multiple locations in LA. Grisly remains of melted bodies. In each scene, a melted arm clutches a bottle of ooze, surrounded by a grotesque, colorful ooze. It appears the streets are infected with the aftermath of cinephile viper, a cheap, lethal booze that liquefies anyone who dares to drink it into a costly, melting mess. Ugh, um, cheap booze thing to everyone who's watching. Each location is connected to houses featured in iconic horror movies. The locales include A Nightmare on Elm Street, Springfield High School, Insidious and House. Um, they live, Fight Alley, and Nights of the Creep, Sorority House. Check out the images below for Street Trash. And okay, they show some images, but like some of these locations are very hard to find. So man, what I don't know, man. They're probably just gonna use like the photo thing. They're not gonna do a Easter egg kind of hunt like they used to do back in the day, where you actually had to like go to the locations and see if whatever they are showing is there, or like just take a photo of yourself to whatever is showing is there. And yeah, okay. A reimagining of the 1987 classic Street Trash is directed by Ryan Coogler, Warrior of Fried. He directed an episode of Warrior and he directed the film Fried Barry. Who also co-wrote the film with James C. William, based on the original Street Trash movie by Roy Frunkes and Jim Murrow. Kruger also stars in the film alongside short camera Michael, Donna Cormack Thompson, so many people. And yeah, in the not too distant future, dystopian future of South Africa, the homeless crisis has reached such a critical level that the government has decided to liquidate the problem literally. Our reimagining of Street Trash takes place in Cape Town, where the growing divide between rich and poor has changed the world as we know it, Kruger previews. I was a huge fan of the original Street Trash when I was a kid, and I couldn't be more thrilled to introduce a whole new generation to the melted cons of goodness that made the original such a classic. And I'm not gonna go to this whole thing, but yeah, man, if you can watch Street Trash, um, if that's your kind of thing, I don't really like body horrors that much, but it has to be really good if I had to watch it. Um, yeah, not much news today, man. Let me just see. Like, I've been avoiding actually talking about this because I haven't watched this movie. I haven't made a review. There's so many movies I've yet to watch and make reviews for. I've made reviews for other films and this thing. Um, I've made reviews for other films, and this one is not on my list to be honest. Um, and I don't know why this one is it's making such waves because it says Time Cuts complains about ripping off last year's critically acclaimed time travel slasher horror movie. Didn't make any sense. Time Cut and Totally Killer obviously share several important elements, and but Time Cut was not a copy for several reasons. In 2023, Amazon Prime released the critically acclaimed time travel slasher Totally Killer. And okay, I didn't watch that. The film starred Kieran Shipka as a young woman who was accidentally transported back in time. So clearly, this film's on Netflix. Time Cut. I think it was number one for the weekend it was released, and it's obviously being compared to Totally Killer, Another movie I haven't seen. Did I watch it? I watched so many films, man. Totally Killer. Not Totally Spies. You know Totally Spies? Ah, do you know Totally Spies, man? Press the like if you do. Um, yeah, I didn't watch Totally. Oh, I did. I did watch Totally Killer, man. I did. I remember this. Oh, it was a decent movie, man. This was a very decent movie. Anyway, anyway, uh, yeah. All I can say is that I know there's a lot of furor about these what do you call time related films. The endings don't usually make sense, but it's the writers, man. It's the writer's prerogative. And if it copies or it seems to copy other time film, that's because a lot of time films have been done to death, and a lot of the endings will be similar. There's just no way to avoid it. So yeah, they made the best decision for the film. And that's all I can say, man. Uh, I didn't do a review for Totally Killer, so I'm probably not gonna do a review for Time Cut. I'm not gonna watch Totally Killer back because I remember that it was a good film, but I can barely remember half of what happened in there. So yeah, okay. And it says Time Cut was actually like in production before Totally Killer. It was just stuck in production hell, and so the script is written much earlier than that. Oh, a Little Mermaid horror movie is in the works, man. Um, that'd be crazy. I'm not gonna read that. Um, David Fincher's only made 12 films. That is mad. Um, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's me for today. I'm not. Usually, I try to keep these for like an hour long, but I didn't do much prep for this, and I'm actually, working on other videos. So yeah, man, like the videos, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. Yeah, be good to yourself, be good to your fellow man, love yourself, hope your dreams and aspirations come true, and all of that good stuff, man. Tabs out. Good night and good luck.